next presentation comes from Silvina Tolli. And Silvina is the Project Officer on RSPCA New South Wales Keeping Cats Safe at Home. While in Argentina, Silvina obtained her Bachelor of Environmental Management and Science from the University of Congreso. Shortly thereafter, she worked on environmental education projects and as an environmental field officer on a mining project. In Australia, she completed her Cert 3 in captive animals and Cert 4 in veterinary nursing at TAFE, New South Wales, and is a strong advocate for animal welfare, and he's very excited to be part of the RSPCA team. Now, Silvina was meant to be joined by Alison Knowles from Weddin Shire in New South Wales. Unfortunately, she was unable to attend, so we welcome Silvina Tolli.
Okay, hello everyone. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge the original inhabitants of this area, including the Yangove people and family groups within, and recognize their connections to the land, to waters, and the resources in this area known as the Gold Coast. And we pay our respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. I'm very excited to be here today, and I am very happy to have been listening to all your amazing presentations. And I was so inspired by all the amazing work that you all are doing on your organizations and projects. And I'm very happy as well to share this project, the RSPCA New South Wales project, Keeping Cats Safe at Home. This project, for me, is really important, and I am very happy to be part of it because it's about cats and it's about wildlife, and cats are my favorite animal. I feel I connect better with cats than other animals, but of course I love all animals as well. And wildlife, I feel that Australia has such an amazing diversity of wildlife, and I've always been a big fan from very young age in Argentina, watching Dr. Harry and Steve Irwin's shows, and even Bondi Vet as well, even though there's not so many animals in there. Anyway, but I really still, even having lived here for 12 years now, I still get very excited when I see a kangaroo, and I love cockatoos. So yeah, very happy to be part of this project. It is protecting both cats and wildlife. So, like Simon said, Keeping Cats Safe at Home is a human behaviour project, and it has been funded by the New South Wales government through its environmental trust. And the goal is to encourage cat owners to keep cats inside their properties, to keep them safe, and also to protect wildlife from the predation of cats. It's a 4-year project, and we are in a bit more than 2 years now. It's gone really quickly, I must say. We work with 11 partner councils across New South Wales, and we got a bit of everything, really, because we got some regional councils like Wogat, like Weddin, like Iogo. We got some urban councils with a lot of population, like Parramatta, like Campbelltown, and we also got a lot of councils that have a lot of national parks with a lot of wildlife, and those are, for example, Weddin Shire, Behaviour Shire, Tweed, Northern Beaches, Hornsby, Shoalhaven, Blue Mountains. All these councils present different situations in regards to cats. So the project has become quite big, because at the beginning it was like 1, but now we have like 11 little projects that we are working on. So at the beginning of our project, we did a consultation, and we have published the results on this report. This report is available as well in the app. And basically what we did is put all the results there. We did a survey to ask cat owners a series of questions. And in those questions, we asked about how are they keeping their cats, where did they get the cats from, different questions like that. And we got some interesting results. So when we asking them how they're keeping their cats, we got like 60% were already containing their cats. We think that Dr. Gemma Magu, who is the manager of the project, we think that the number could be a little higher because maybe we got many people that answered the survey from the RSPCA, with our followers, but still comparing it with other researches, it was quite similar that there's a higher number of people in Australia that actually are containing the cats already. Then we got 22% that they are keeping the cats inside at night, and then 19% left that are letting the cats roam free. And this is the interesting part, because when we ask what were the barriers for them to keep them contained at home, it wasn't so much about the housing or the socioeconomic problems. It was more that they felt they couldn't do it. So they were getting stressed with this idea of keeping the cats inside the properties. So they were saying that it would be too difficult, that they were not confident, and that they didn't know how to do it. We got a few cat owners as well that they have called us very stressed about these topics. And I'm worried because in some of the councils they have some legislations that, like the cats maybe are not going to be allowed to be outside and things like that. Many people were very, very stressed about this because really they didn't feel they could do it. So we base our actions for the project in this, trying to make cat owners to feel confident in this and help them make this change in a more confident way. So we're thinking about behavior change techniques like social support, demonstrations of the behaviors, goal setting, action planning, adapting the environment to make, for example, cat enclosures and things like that, so they can have them, the cats inside the property, but not necessarily that means that the cats wouldn't be able to access fresh air or sun, of course. So we base our project on these 6 outputs. So a landing page that also has a newsletter. We created information resources for cat owners on different topics. We have some social marketing campaigns. We got targeted desexing programs, partnered packages for vets and rehoming organizations, and a school program as well. So there we are in Weddin Shire visiting a school. So one of these outputs is the education program, and it's us visiting schools within New South Wales and talking about the cats and wildlife and starting the conversation with children so that they can continue those conversations with their families. So that it's like a long-term goal, but it's a start, and we believe that education is really important. We got a website and an email newsletter that is called the Catch Up. So the website, in the website you can find 2 animations, you can find information resources that you can download. There is a bunch of blogs, lots of information for cat owners. And we noticed that when we do the campaigns, we have already got over 3,000 hits during the campaigns on our website, and almost 200 people have downloaded our resources. So that was in the last campaign that we did. We got information resources. So those information resources are different topics like settling your cat into the family, transitioning to a safe at-home lifestyle, what your cat needs at home, how to keep your cat safe at home, enrichment. We added what to do if you find a cat. I found kittens, what should I do? How to talk to your neighbor about their cat. That the councils were very interested in because they had a lot of nuisance complaints about problems with neighbors about cats. And we translated those resources to 4 languages. So we asked the councils what were the languages that they thought that were more important in their communities. So we got Arabic and Hindi and Korean and simplified Chinese. And I think I'm gonna try to make it in Spanish as well, to translate it to Spanish. So we got one more. This is part of this school package. So the school package we have created has a curriculum-linked lesson plan, a PowerPoint presentation which has 2 little videos, curriculum-linked activities booklets for the teachers or parents, because it could be done at school, at home with the parents as well, an activity sheet, that is the one that we are seeing there, and a magazine. So for children, we include the topic of wildlife. As you can see, we talk about wildlife in our PowerPoint presentation and on our visits. We've seen that with children, we really engage them with this, and of course, they can learn more about animals, so it's really more fun. But I just wanted to make a note that we don't talk a lot about wildlife to cat owners, because we have noticed, and also we have read researches, that for cat owners, even though that there is a big problem in Australia with cats hunting wild animals, cat owners, it doesn't make them, it's like they don't feel the motivation so much. They understand the problem, but it doesn't motivate them enough to make the effort to want to keep the cat inside the house. So with the adults, we talk more about the safety of the cat. So cats that live, so messages like the cats that live at home live up to 10 years more. You can protect them from animal attacks, like, for example, from other cats or dogs, snakes, etc. They can be healthier, they don't get infections or diseases from other animals. And also, all of those sort of things, avoid being poisoned. Sometimes cats hunt other animals that have been poisoned, and in the end, it hurts them as well. So all of these topics work better for cat owners rather than the wildlife topic. For the partner packages, we have created some packages that have brochures, those information resources, door signs. They have discounts for cat enclosures, and we have sent them to vets and to rehoming organizations. If anyone would like one of these, please let me know, because at the moment we are printing more, so perfect timing, so we can send them to you. And another part that we use a lot on our newsletter is to show the behavior. So we have stories about cat owners that have done the transition to keeping the cat inside. For example, that's a little video that is a bit long, so I'm not going to show it now, but it's about a colleague of us in the RSPCA who adopted a cat that it was an outdoor cat all his life, and how she did this transition. And actually shows a very realistic situation, because it wasn't that easy. So showed us how she did it and how she put the time and persistence. And she lives in a small apartment, and her cat, Clifford, he works on a harness now, and now he's really well and settled and happy inside. And we have social marketing campaigns. So we have done about 5 campaigns last year, and we're thinking in doing 4 every year. So we started in February with Love Your Cat. It was for the Valentine's Day time. And we basically, the key messages were that the best way to show love to your cat was keeping him or her safe at home, and that cats live longer when kept safe at home, and that we were showing a lot of ways you can show love to your cat in terms of behavior and respecting boundaries with the cat and how they show us love to us. So a lot more about cat behavior as well. And we got another campaign that we did in the winter that is called It's Getting Cold Outside, International Cat Day for August, and Kitten Season. So a new Kitten Season campaign will start on Monday. And something that we have found as an interesting thing that maybe you guys can find useful is that for us, it has worked better to post content about these campaigns a bit more spread out, not so much all containing 1 week, let's say. When we were doing that, we noticed that people would lose interest faster. But if we do the campaigns during a longer period of time, maybe 2 posts per week, people kept interested, and we get a lot of engagement from those posts. So alternating with other topics, in the RSPCA we talk about other animals, about other contents, etc. So this was the season, the Kitten Season campaign. So we have a few competitions in each campaign. So this was a selfie competition. So we got some of the winners over there, and they were winning enrichment packages, sometimes it's cat enclosures. And this was the It's Getting Cold Outside campaign. We had a competition as well, and this particular campaign really had a lot of engagement and comments, as you can see, and we reached over 2 million people. Another thing, well, this is one of the winners of one competition. That's Holly. So that was our first competition, and the owners, what they did is they changed the fences in the backyard, so she still can access her backyard, which is pretty big. So I think she is very happy there and safe. The councils have also made their own competitions. This is a competition by Weddin Shire Council. They also use Holly's photo. And those up there are some of the photos that they got for their competition. This particular was a competition that was targeted to the high conservation areas in their council. But it was open to everyone. They did more promotion on those areas. This is a drawing competition for children that Weddin Shire did, but there has been a lot of other competitions in the other councils. Of course, desexing, this is super important. We have been talking a lot about this and how to make it really easy for people offering transport, and that was a great example that I wanted here today. Alison Knowles, who is the ranger from Weddin Shire, to come here to tell her experience, because she's done an amazing job. And she did all the things we've been mentioning here, like knocking doors, giving flyers, talking to people. And at the beginning, she coming from the council was a bit hard, but she persisted. And like here, we also mentioned once one person opens the door, then all the processes start getting easier. So in Cayugal, we have desexed a lot of cats. I think it's 250 by now, because it was 200 last time, but it's been a while now, so there were a lot in the waiting list. And also, we did a lot of desexing in Cayugal. In Cayugal in particular is different, because in Weddin it was a very hard work from the council, but in Cayugal we have a collaboration from AWL, from the Northern Rivers branch, so very grateful for them. They helped us with trapping cats, and we helped us with transport. And this was a particular case because one of the semi-owners there, she had nuisance complaints against her, and all the neighbors were very angry. And in the end, she started working with us and with AWL, and she desexed most cats, and 10 cats she kept in her house. Then 2 cats were adopted. And then only 8 cats are left there in the neighborhood, and they're still roaming and going into neighbors' houses. And this is one of the neighbors that posted that on Facebook and said, "It looks like black cats are considered good luck. Well, I'm covered in them. Big lotto win next." And there's a lot of photos of cats that are in his garage, on the lawn, on everywhere in his house, and he is now calm and happy. And most neighbors now are supporting her and helping her as well to feed the cats. So that was a big win, and we were happy to see how they change. The desexing, we have desexing in the 11 councils. We got 23 vet practices. Over 1,000 cats have been desexed. And this is super important because we started to see that the nuisance complaints have decreased. In Parramatta by 49%, in Shoalhaven and Campbelltown 56%, and in Weddin 66%. And then we have also an ecology research program. So we are putting cameras and counting cats in some of our LGAs, but I'm not going to talk about this because we got Dr. Brooke here, who is going to talk about this later. But I just wanted to let you know, because we have a lot of, I just mentioned let's say, some of the things we are doing, but we have a lot of other projects, including more cameras in the Manly area with the little penguins. These were done in Blue Mountains and Campbelltown. And if you want to find out more about the project, I'm very happy to talk to you or and give you some more info. And I'll cut it here because we don't have more time, but thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Silvina. And what a fantastic example of how organisations or groups that sometimes have antagonistic, perhaps, ideals or antagonistic ideas can work together and reach a common view or a common goal to maximise the welfare benefits for everyone involved. So that's some really amazing work there. Okay, now, question time. Before we start that, there are 4 people who need to go to the event office to collect a prize pack for having the most upvoted questions for this session, and they are Emma Kirichuk, Eileen Carolan, Megan Miller, and Jess Taylor. So all of those people do get a prize pack. Make sure you go to the event office. It's lots of stuff that we're giving away today. I can't see any questions up here. Now I can. Excellent. First question is for Cindy from Sue. We always move our flu cats to an isolation room. To minimise stress, should we be leaving them in their pens and treat them there?
I love this question. The answer is yes, usually. A little sniffly, a little sneezy. We wouldn't actually even treat those. Those are ones that we would monitor. Again, work to decrease their stress, start to sort of, recognize their inability to cope. Is there anything we can do? But yeah, you wouldn't want to move those cats. However, if you do feel it's getting to the point where you want to start a little doxycycline, that's when you might want to consider moving them. Or getting them out. Someone also, can I answer another question just for fun?
Why not?
Oh, yay.
Do it. You've got the microphone, you can do what you want, within reason.
Okay, that's dangerous.
Maybe not karaoke, yeah.
Someone else asked about sending cats home if they have flu. Please, absolutely. I have helped many cats, especially during my internship, ones who were really struggling in the shelter, not getting better. I took them home, and they got better. So it really is amazing when you can get the cats out of the stressful environment, that's enough to get them better. I mean, you can stop all treatments, just get them in a home, and they'll start doing better. So please, don't let a little bit of sniffles or even on treatment stop them from going home. Send them home with their meds. Support that 100%.
Thanks, Cindy.
Wait, can I do one? No, I'm just kidding.
Do you want my job? And I meant to comment before on how much I appreciated your use of the phrase snot rockets. I believe I did hear snot rockets. Am I dreaming that? Did other people hear? Yes. No, I'm not dreaming it. Other people heard it, yeah. So I can see that on merchandise as well. Imagine the imagery we could use for the phrase snot rockets. Okay, a question for Jim from Eileen. How do we educate dog owners not to let their dog wander up to you on a leash while saying, "My dog won't hurt you," as you try and avoid the dog?
Yeah, that's hard. Excuse me, because you're trying to educate people that they need to respect their own dog's space and their own dog's comfort and their own dog's be watching their own dog's body language. So that's one of the difficulties we have with public education is there's so many bad ideas out there that have had so much traction for so long that it's really hard to get the good information out of it. For instance, listening to Dr. Carson just over her talk here, I'm thinking back to practices I've seen in shelters I've run and worked with about where cats that were showing sniffles and whatever were immediately snatched out of situations where they were doing okay and put in isolation and put in unfamiliar environments, and magically they got worse. Oh my gosh, imagine that. But as far as educating people, it's difficult to do, and I know it sounds kind of like I'm trying to duck the question, but it is difficult to do, and we've got to somehow get it clear to people that hey, look, I don't want to interact with your dog. Thank you very much. I'm sure they're very sweet, but I really don't care to. Yeah, it's kind of like those obnoxious people in the store in the mall that want to spray you with the scents. No, I really don't want to know what your perfume smells like either. So I wish I had an answer to that. That's one of those that if I could come up with an answer and a cute acronym to go with it, I could sell it worldwide.
You could, Jim. A question now for Silvina from Jess. I found often on social media the people who are already subscribed to animal-focused pages are generally already responsible owners. How do you extend the messaging to those hard-to-reach or passive audiences?
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, that's why we were saying that maybe on our survey, we got a few of the RSPCA followers. They are answering our survey. So that's true. We do our campaigns on our RSPCA website, and also we do our campaigns within our partner councils. But we also were trying to target the other cat owners that don't follow those websites or platforms by attending community events. So I didn't mention that, but we also go to many community events. So in that way, that are not related to cats. So for example, the family events that councils organize. So there was one recently in Parramatta, so we went there, and we tried to go to different events, or even the council, they have their own stand with our project information there about they go, whenever they make any events like markets. Now I know caregiver had their rural show, and they were going to do that as well, and we try to target those other cat owners that way.
So it comes back to Jim's statements, be everywhere and be available, I guess, and take donuts. There's a question here asked by D. Billy, I'm not sure who it's directed to, possibly Silvina. Is it possible to get a copy of your marketing information schools programs so we can try implementing this through our individual shelters and rescues?
Yes, definitely. We're very happy to share all our resources with everyone. So in some of our resources are on my website. I believe the education stuff is yet not there, but if you come see me, I can give you a link to download. Yes,
fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Silvina. Thank you so much to our presenters from that session. Another wonderful session.